Alright, let's try this a second time. Hey guys, welcome back to Glenna's World of Coloring. I did this video once already, but the page just, nah. It turned into garbage. I'll show you. Look at that. All that blue around the face. It looks terrible. So, trying this again. So, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to use 191 cream color. If it gets a little bit of blue, then it's fine. But yeah, let's hope it doesn't. So far, so good. Okay, look at that. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. I tried this page once already, and for whatever reason, I don't know whether I had blue on one of my markers, but or the ink didn't set right for the page. I don't know, but it turned the face blue around the edges, like where the shadows are. I don't know why it did that, but it did. So this is just a how to color grayscale. All you do, you get you a grayscale picture. For example, this is one from Coloring with MJ, and it's from Fairies coloring book. Just in case y'all's interested. So all I'm doing is straight coloring. You don't have to do anything special. All you do is color. And see? It's an arm. Now we'll go to the face. So I'm going to be very careful with the face, because again, I don't know what caused it to turn blue. Thankfully, this one is not. Okay. Oh, I think I know what might have happened. Okay. I think what happened was that I had it set on my app to print the page in color, even though it was a black and white image. So it must have used like a deep blue for the darker pieces of the face. I don't know why it would do that, but it did. That's the only thing that I can really figure, because it's perfect right now. So if you have that problem while you're printing pages, if it comes out and you start coloring and the face starts turning blue on the outside, you probably have it set to print in color. You know, it's not really like a bad thing. It just looks not good. That's all that I can say. Okay, so that actually looks really good. I'm happy with that. All right, now that we got it situated. Okay, that's the skin. Like I said, straight color. You don't have to blend. You don't have to do anything. We're going to zoom in a little for the eyes. So I'm taking B289 Pastel Blue. And I'm just going to dab that in the eyes. Try not to get it in the whites. Now I'm going to make the white of this eye a little bit more there so that it looks the same. So yeah, had to get the crap off my glasses. All right. It's working for us now. Okay. Now for the lips, I'm going to take RV210 Pastel Pink. And I'm just going to go right where the lips are. And basically all you do is straight color everything. You don't have to blend. You don't have to try to saturate the whole thing. All you do is color. And it looks fantastic. Ow, hit my hand. Hit my hand. Alright, so for like little things, I'm going to take RV 194 medium pink. I'm just going to tilt this. And I'm going to go right above the eyes. So you can give her some makeup. And it pops it some. Makes it pop a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to take my colorless blender for a second. And I'm just going to dab it right here on the tip of the nose and a little bit down the nose. And try to give a little highlight. Let's try this. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It won't be really noticeable when it's dry. Okay. So now that the face and the arm is done, we're going to move on to her hair. Now, hair isn't that bad when you've got markers. So, since it's a fall picture, I want her hair to be more like auburn looking. So I'm going to take E679 Terracotta, and I'm just going to go to town. So I'm going to zoom in a little. Now with the chisel, with the fine tip, you want to just be real gentle real gentle. And just try to go over the little strands. And it's a lot easier to use the fine tip for this than it is the broad tip. Believe me, I tried it the last time. And that's why the hair looked all funky and not good. So I just want to go over all the little strands. All the little tiny strands, I want to go over those. And you can do the whole page, or you can do the whole hair with the fine tip if you'd like. I just like to use the broad end, but I'm just making sure I get all the little tiny fine hairs before I get to the other stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to leave the fine tip open, but I'm going to switch to my broad tip. And I'm just going to start filling in places. And I'll go in with my fine tip where I need to. Okay. All right. This is where I'm going to get a little quiet because I want to really go in to that hair. You know what? We can talk and focus at the same time, you know? Honestly, I just realized like how much a pet store is actually gonna cost to open. You gotta have all the taxing. I don't think that's the word that I meant to say. You gotta have all the insurancing, as well as the money to buy your animals. You gotta have money to feed your animals. You gotta have money to, let's see, gotta have money to actually buy the building that you're gonna be using. You've got to pay your employees for working. They can't work for free. Let's see, what else do you need money for? You gotta have money for your merchandise that you're gonna sell. You gotta have money for the enclosures that the animals are gonna go in until they find homes. let's see, you gotta have enclosures for animals that you're not gonna sell. So like I'm gonna have 2 hyacinth macaws just for store pets. Maybe store pets, unless somebody wants to buy them both, because they have to go in the pair. We had, like I said before, we had macaws where I used to work, and she would pull her feathers out because she would get stressed and she would get lonely. So they had to take her to the other store where they had another macaw, and she's been fine ever since. So they don't like to really be by themselves. They like to be around other macaws. So, unless someone wants to buy them together, they will not be sold. And I'm going to make sure that they are going to good homes. I'm not just going to let anybody purchase from my store. I will be asking what kind of enclosure that they have set up for the animal, or the enclosure that they have that they are going to set up for the animal. And if their enclosure is either too small or it's not the proper enclosure, you know, I can't sell the animal to them. I want to make sure that that those animals are getting the best homes that they can get. So, if someone has, if somebody wants to buy, let's say, a leopard gecko, because I know a good bit about leopard geckos. Let's say somebody wants a leopard gecko. Well, here's how the conversation would go. They'd be like, oh, I want to handle one of these leopard geckos. I'm thinking about buying it. I'll be like, alrighty. So I will allow them to hold the animal. And then if they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna buy it and take it home, I'm gonna say, well, what's your setup for it? Because I got to make sure that these animals get the proper care and proper setup. If somebody goes, well, we've got a 10-gallon tank, I'm going to have to be like, well, that's okay for now, but when they get older, they're going to have a 20-gallon long. They can't stay in a 10-gallon tank for their whole life. And if they want to say, oh, well, we heard different from da-da-da-da, I'll be like, well, I'm telling you what the proper stuff is. If you aren't going to take my advice, then I can't sell this animal to you. That's just my job. You know, I can't let people... I mean, that's kind of rude. Just to be like, well, if you're not going to do this, then I can't sell it to you. But that's just... I'll have to figure out all that. I'll be like, well, the minimum they need 20 gallon long, and then they'd be like, well, I'm not gonna do that. I don't have the money for doing that. I don't have the time to do that. I'll have to decline them at that point. I'd say, well, I mean, if you don't have the time or the money, I can't sell this animal to you. Excuse me. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Freaking annoyance. Every time I'm trying to do something, that thing comes over and starts chewing on its cage or its pen. Why do I keep calling it a dang cage? It's not even close to a cage. Thank God. Thank God I wisened up and I was like, they don't need to be in cages. But yeah, I can't just let anybody buy the animals. Now, like PetSmart, that they do have a decent system to make sure that the animals go to decent homes. But I hear so much bad about PetSmart. Can't tell where the hair goes over this way, you know? Ooh, now for guinea pigs and rabbits. Oh yeah, buddy. I've got the best kind of thing for that. Let's say somebody comes in, they want a rabbit. I'll be like, well, alright. I've got to let you know that they need this much space. And they need to be free roamed at least an hour a day to get exercise in. They're like, well, alright, let me just get a cage. I'll be like, well, we don't sell cages for rabbits. They go up to this cage. They're like, well, what about this cage? This isn't for rabbits? I'll say, no, we only sell those cages for singular guinea pigs, because I'm going to have the bigger cages, the long cages, not the little tiny ones. I'll be like, oh, we've got big dog pens for rabbits in case you don't want them to free roam all the time. Because my rabbit, she's got a really big pen. So that's the kind that I want to sell in my store. It's just big exercise pens that are for dogs, but they are really good for rabbits. So I'll be like, yeah, we've got these cages here, or these pens here for rabbits. We don't sell cages for rabbits. And if they don't want to deal with that, I mean, I won't be selling to them. But I mean, the pen doesn't take up a lot of room. It's what you would expect for a big dog pen. It's got a lot of room for her. And she's part lionhead, part harlequin. I mean, harlequins are supposed to be really big, but she didn't turn out that big. And if the woman or whoever comes in, they're like, oh, why can't I buy a cage for my rabbit? I'll be like, well, that's not enough room for a rabbit, sir or ma'am. That's why we don't sell rabbits with cages. Because I don't think it's right to keep a rabbit in that little tiny cage. Because they don't have room to move. If they're a really big rabbit, they don't have room to do their little jumps. When they're happy, you know, they don't have room to do that. They don't have room to do their little zoomies, you know. It's just not logical. Now with like a Netherland dwarf or something like really small like that, I mean, one of those longer... Excuse me. What was that? Something happened back behind me. I was like, well. But anyway, now like a Netherland dwarf, that's really small. So one of those longer cages would be really good for one of those rabbits. I don't see a problem with somebody buying one of those pens for a rabbit. That's what we're gonna sell them for. Now, if somebody wants more than one guinea pig, then I would recommend one of those pens. All right, there you go. There's the hair. It looks really good. And all you do is straight color. You don't have to shade. You don't have to blend. You don't have to do anything. Just straight color. That's all you gotta do. Now for her dress, let me see here, because I'm not really sure. I'm gonna look at a couple of these pictures. Well, I don't see one for this. Let me see about this. Let me mute it because I don't want to get copyright. Alright, let me see. They don't even do the dress. Okay, well, we're gonna have to just figure that part out on our own. So I'm gonna zoom you out a little bit. We're gonna focus on her dress. Let's do maybe pink and purple. Let's see, maybe a light pink and a light purple. Like R192 and V890. Yeah. Let's see, 192 and 890. Yeah, here we go. Alright. So, R192, pinkish vanilla. I'm just gonna do this, like the outer part of her dress. Alright, so now I'm still talking about pet stuff. I love pets. I love them. Let's say somebody wanted a little frog, little Pac-Man frog. Let's say this girl comes up and she's like, oh, I want this frog. I'm gonna be like, well, what's your enclosure like for the frog? If they say, oh, it's a 10-gallon tank and it's bioactive, I'll be like, oh, that's perfect right there. That's good. That person will leave with a frog. Because that enclosure sounds really good. I think a Pac-Man could even live in like a 5-gallon when it's small. And when it got bigger, then upgrade to a 10. But 10, that's plenty of space for a Pac-Man. Because all they do is really sit in one spot all day. And they don't do much, so. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Now let's go ahead and use the purple, which is 890 Pale Hibiscus. And I guess I'm just gonna do the rest of the dress with this color. Because I don't know what this front piece really is. Let's see. Still need to work on my coloring book some more. I've not done too much with it. I did start on another page. Yeah, I did start on another page. But I've not done any more than that. I just get started on something and then I get distracted and I move on to something else. Just trying to make it a little bit darker. Okay. All right. All right. I think, I think I'm going to go ahead and quit. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video today, or for today. I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera and probably post it on my Instagram. So, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what the link for the contest will be in the comments. Or not the comments, the description. I need help today. I need help. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos, because that is fun. That's fun right there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.